We're on the Memches on the base, on the bottom of the page. Actually, okay, we started the Gemara before. It's over here. It starts my Neifes Sufim. What is Neifes Sufim? You see, you go up about 10 lines by the two dots. The
Neifes Sufim we did yesterday.
Yeah, we're in the middle of it.
Oh yeah.
No, okay. No. So go. We're holding a Pascha Anshe Amona.
Pascha Amona, yeah.
Pascha Anshe Amona. Anshe Amona means Elach people. Amr Reb Yitzchak. Elu b'nei Adam shehem ma'aminim b'HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This means that people that trust the Eibusher.
Yerushalayim.
The Sanya, Rebbe Elazar Gadol Omer, Kol mi sheyesh lo pas b'saloi. Whoever has bread in his basket, and he says, today, help me, but what am I going to do tomorrow? Is such a person is Tane Amona. It's not a big maimon in the Eibusher. V'hainu de'omer Rabbi Elazar, my diksiv, ki mi boy with b'yem katnos. Mi Goram Tzadikim Sheiz Basil Shechoinan L'Osad Rabbi. In other words, what is the reason that there's tzaddikim that they don't get a full reward for the tzidkis? That's my Sheiz Basil Shechoinan L'Osad Rabbi. Everyone has like a table before them, and they lay out the reward on the table. So for Sheitzah, if there's missing on the reward, so it's a bizoyim for the person. So he says, "Mi got him with tzaddikim, she's bazel v'shem. That's a lovin. Ketana shahaya b'hem, shahaya mina b'akadosh baruch Hu." They would talk at tzaddikim and everything, but thought that they were still missing. There was still something missing. So this pshat is talking about tzaddikim, and they're lacking a little bit. Rabbi says, "Il ketane b'nei irisha Yisrael." These are the young children whose fathers are Rishoyim. Now, these people that are Rishoyim, so the fathers get punished that they lose the children, that the children get killed. Now, so the children come with a complaint. That's how Rashi learns it. The young children who are the children from Irisha Yisrael, from Rishoyim, Shem Vazbazin Esavim L'Osad Rabbi.
Din Avim.
Din Avim L'Osad Rabbi. That the Mevazba, in other way, they have complaints about what's happening to their father. I'm the fun of Rebbeinu Shalom. Me'achar she'ata osad l'kbora mehem lama hisa shinayim bom. In other words, the way Rashi learns over here, the pshat, it means that these children say, "Why did you, we see that you're punishing our fathers when they're coming here? So why did you punish them? It's like a double punishment. You punish them side by mazad that you take away the children, and you punish them. So we bow that you're punishing them when they come. Well,
so why do you take away the children?
So why do you take away the children? Amr Rabbi Elazar ben Babrachin. Now, this Rabbi Elazar Babrachin, I don't know who he was, but there's going to be a few statements that he made. And the Gemara is going to bring all these statements over here that he made. So Zok Marazek. Amr Rabbi Elazar ben Brachin. Ilmolei tefillah shel David, if not for the tefillah of David, hoya kol Yisrael moichei rechav. That means that that everybody would be very poor. Now, the people this is Greece, and people that sell grease get all dirty, so they always go around with torn clothing and verschmutzte clothing. So, if not for the tefillah of David, well, alle Yidden gewähren Ormaleit. Shenema steht in Posuk. Shista Hashem Moira Lahem. So the Taich is, if you look at Rashi, the first Rashi in the narrow lines, it said Re'el Menei Ksiv Ki Loi Netzach Yishochach Evyan Tikvas Aniyim Teved Rad. In other words, that the Ottoman will not be an Ottoman forever, and they'll have the hope will be that they'll be rich. So what does that mean? That the Eibishter will give them Ashiras, Rashi says, and B'meila, the Goyim will begin to respect them. As the Goyim look at them as unsuccessful people. But this is, that's what he means over here, that she says, that there should be Gevirim among the Eden, B'meila, the Goyim will have respect for us. V'yomer Rabbi Lo Bar Brachya. Ilmolei Tvilosei Shel Chabakuk was a Navi. Hoye based on Midei Chachamim Miskasim B'talis Echad Achas V'oiskim B'tayrim. Again, he's saying that if not for the tefillah of Chabakuk, so there would have been terrible poverty in amongst Yidden, and they wouldn't be able to afford even a separate garment for each one. So two will cover themselves with one cover. Shenema Hashem Shemati Shemacha Yeresi Hashem Pa'alacha B'kerev Shnayim or B'kerev Shonim. So Chayehu Atika B'kerev Shonim El B'kerev Shnayim, that there'll be two together. B'kerev Shonim means like in the old days, and he's saying that there'll be two together. I remember when I went on Mecca Shlichus in 1960. I went together with he's not living now. Shalom Feldman. Oh no. Shalom Feldman. We went to St. Louis. So we came there. There was the Rav in the Stadt. His name was Eichenstein. Was the Rav in the Stadt there, and we called him up and said, "Where can we stay?" So he says, "Call up a certain number, and over there you could stay." That was a shamas in the shul. That by him was a Naksanya. So the whole time I kept asking it to show us where our room is. Don't worry. It kept saying, "Don't worry." Finally at night we got to go to sleep. Where's our room? So she pulled out a mattress from behind a closet. You sleep on this mattress, the two of you together. So then we stood.
So then you understood the pasuk.
Oh, we stood there a few days, and it came later at the cheshbon was a chayes, you know. So she said, two people sleeping, I get $2 a night. I don't know. So I said, yeah, but you gave us one mattress. She said, yeah, but I gave you two covers. Okay.
So you remember the pasuk.
Yeah. V'yomer Rabbi Loi Bar Yebrachya Shnei Talmidei Chachamim Mahalchem Baderech Ve'ein b'neim Divrei Torah Re'uyim L'Sarif.
But that's a
that if they're going and they're not talking Divrei Torah or talking about Torah, so Kishenema Shein Pasuk V'hihei Mahalchem Halach V'dover this pasuk is talking about Eliyahu with Elisha. So it said that Eliyahu and Elisha were walking on the road, and they were talking between themselves. And Nachtum state, V'hinei rechav eish, there came a fiery chariot, and it chapped away Eliyahu and Ola B'sar HaShemayma. So now, how was Elisha saved from the fire? So the Gemara Talmud Dibur. The whole reason was because they were talking and learning the whole time. We saw it. Now another statement that he made. V'amar Rabbi Roy bar Brachya Shnei Talmidei Chacham Hadorim B'Yerachas V'ein Noichen Zeh L'Zeh. In other words, if there's two Talmidei Chacham living in the city, and they can't get along between themselves, they have different opinions. Is bahalacha regarding to halacha. One says think it's osher, and one says that it's mutter. So echad meis, v'echad goyla. The end will be that chas v'shom, one of them will outlive it, will pass away, and one will end up going in golus. That means because one will kill the other one. So and by one killing the other one, so there's one that'll be dead, and there's the other one will go in golus because he killed b'shaygut. Shenema, lonas shomer reitzayach, asher yirzach esve'eil b'blidas. So touch up the Gemara. What's that b'blid without knowledge? That means ve'ein das ala Torah. Shenema nidmo ami mibli hadas. And b'meila, so the sof is that they'll have problems with what they call it, with the shaylas that they're paskin, that they'll be machlekes. So the end is that they will.
It won't be good for either one.
I once said by Zdaim, Avram was mispalo. She was mispalo for 50, for 40, for 30. Why wasn't mispalo for 2? Because I said, because he knew if there were 2, they'll destroy the city.
I'm Rabbi Yehuda.
Rabbi Yehuda Berei Reb Chia. Kol Talmid Chacham ha'oisek b'Torah mitoich ha'tchak. A Talmid Chacham that he has a lot of poverty, and still he sits and learns Torah. Tfilosa in the Shmas. So his tefillah is a certain choshev thing. Shenema ki am b'tzion yeshev b'Yerushalayim bocha lo sivka chanan yachnecha l'kol zakacha ki shemati eincha ksiv b'Torah v'nosan Hashem lachem lechem tzar u'mayim rachatz. That this psukim over here that he'll have lechem tzar u'mayim rachatz. I mean, lechem tzar means a very little piece of bread, and we'll learn Torah. So it said that his tefillah will be shamat. It will be heard. Reb Acha bar Chanina Omer, Af Eina. I skipped the line. Shenema.
No, he said Hashem Lachem. Then said Rabbi
Rabavu Omer Mashbiyan Oisei Min Shchina Mashbiyan Mezatik Demon from the Shchina. Shenema v'hoyanach arayes esmeiracha. That you will see the Eibusher. You will see Giluyim. Reb Acha bar Chanina Omer, Af Eina Pagud Nino Befonov. Pagud means a curtain. There's a Gemara in Chagiga where the Gemara says Dalad Nitnasu Pagud, that there were 4 Chachamim that they went into behind the curtain. And that's the place where you're not supposed to go. Rebbe Akiva is Nichna B'Shon V'Yotza B'Shon. The other one, there's something happened to them. So he says that the Pagid does not close up and that he sees things that normally other people don't see. That your teacher will not hide himself from you. Something more. Shimon ben Gamliel says, Mishum Rabbi Yeshua and the name of Rabbi Yeshua, Miyem Shechora Beis Hamikdash, Ein, every day is worse than the day before. That the Gemara, Omer Rabbi said, B'chol Yom v'Yom Meruba Kilosai Mishal Chavere. Every day is worse than the day before. Shenama, B'Boika Taima Meyitin Erev, U'Be'erev Taima Meyitin Boika. So the Gemara wants to know, what does it mean? B'Boika Taima Meyitin Erev. Does it mean that why we get into the night already? Or does it mean that we should have the night from before? So, in fact, is that the Gemara say? Hi, Boika. But when Ba'erev Taima Meyitin Boika, at night you'll pray for the morning. If you say it means tomorrow, in fact, the Gemara, Miyadeya Mahavi. You're asking, why we have already the night? Who said the night will be better? Maybe the night will be worse yet. Ella, the Cholif. It means the one that passed. In other words,
now it's so bad.
Now it's no good, and yesterday was also no good. But
it was better than it was now.
We're satisfied with yesterday.
I don't understand what he's saying. I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
Now, the night is going to get worse and better. I don't understand.
He said each day gets worse and worse, right?
Yeah, right.
So at night you're going to say tomorrow, we want tomorrow.
Why we want tomorrow? It's getting worse.
Right, so that's what he said. Is that what it means? The Gemara is asking. Or does it mean we'd rather have what we had last night?
We already had what I had last night.
Yeah. In fact, the Gemara, if it's so not good, the Ella Alma Amai Kamakayim, and what does the world exist? It's a terrible world. Every day gets worse and worse. So is that the Gemara, Akidusha, the Sidra, Vayehei Shmei Rabba Dagarata. The Akidusha, the Sidra, means in the Volitzian. So there's, we don't do it, but no, in other shows, they say it like a Kedusha by Shemon Esrei. So in the schus of the Kedusha that we say by Volitzian, and the schus of Yehei Shmei Rabba on Agarata, Shenema, Eretz Ofsa, Kamai Eifel, Salmovas, V'loi Sedorim. Hoy Yesh Sedorim, Tefiyah Me'eifel. In other words, it's saying that the world is very dark, and there's no Sedorim. Says Masha from here that if you did have this Sedorim of Kedusha, so then the world wouldn't be dark. Then the Mishnah said, "V'layora Talu Bracha," and V'nito Tam Pedus. So the Gemara has a very interesting story of it. Tanya, if Shem ben Elazar Aimer, Tara Botla Tam V'Reich, that from keeping yourself betara, so that's in other words, the lack of it, the lack of Tara, Botla Tam V'Reich. And Maisa, the lack of Maisa is Beetle Shuman Dogan. Shuman Dogan means the quality in the wheat. It's very wheat germ. Rav Zotig Mora Rav Huna Ashkach Tomata de Chinusa. Rav Huna found a toma, that's a date, of Chaninusa. That was the name, it came from that place. So when in other words, it means like he went shopping, and in the barrel of dates, he took a pound a day. Punkte gewend dort, this very choshev date. So Shakris, he took it, Kalche besudre. He wrapped it in a piece of cloth. Also, Rabbi Berei. So he had a son by the name Rabbi. And Rabbi came to Rav Huna. And he came to visit his father. Amalei. So the son says to the father, Marchina reicha the chininusa. I'm smelling over here the smell of the choshev dates. Amalei. So he said to him, B'nei tada yesh b'cha. I see you have a certain level of tada. If you feel this, because they say that the lack of it,
because you didn't have to.
It spoiled it. So if you are able to feel it, is a similar that you have tada. Yova Nele. So he was very happy of his son, and he gave it to his son. Adahachi. In the meantime, he gave. So now the son has it, right? In the meantime, Osa Abba Berei. So he had a son. Another Rav Huna's Einikel.
Right.
And Rav Huna's Einikel came now, and Yava Shaklei. So he took it. The son took it, and Yava Nali, and he gave it to his son. Now he gave. Say. The grandfather was Rav Huna. The grandfather had this date. His son came in, so he gave the date to his son. And the son gave the date to the Einikel. Amalei, B'ni, Samachta Eslivi, V'ekisa Eshinai. In other words, you made me very happy. Because when you asked me when you said that you smelled this, so I said, you have tada. But then I saw that you took it and you gave it away to your son. That wasn't my kavanah. My kavanah was I wanted to give it to you. So there's a saying among people, Rachme, the Abba Abinei, the father has a chmanas for his son, and V'rachme, the B'nei Abinei. The son doesn't have Rahmanas for the father. The son has Rahmanas on the next generation.
You say that that's a natural phenomenon because Adam didn't have a father. Only had a son.
That's one thing. And also they say that by Yehuda, when he said the V'hoye K'osek Ein Nav Ameis, that Yaakov see that Binyamin didn't come back. So they asked the question, Binyamin had 10 children. Why doesn't it say that the 10 children will see that the father doesn't come, so it'll affect them? Teretz says the father cares about his child, but the children don't care so much about the father. That the Gemara of Ache by Yaakov, Itfil by Rabbi Yaakov ba Brate. Rabbi Ache by Yaakov had an Einikel. It was his daughter's son. No, he had a daughter, and he would spend time in raising his Einikel. Ki Godol, when then the Einikel grew up, Amalei, he said to him, Ashken Maya, I need some water. Could you get me some water? Amalei, she said to him, Rav Berichano, I'm not your son. Let the son get you. Why should I do it? Behind the Dami Inshi, Rabbi, raise me. Remember that Babrata Chano, I'm the son of your daughter. I'm not your son. So like people say, grandpa, the grandpa helped me and this and that, but when it comes to reciprocating to the grandfather, there was something missing. Okay, we'll stop over here.